Picture this. Your neighbor sets up a rack of guns pointing at your house, declares it as part of their defense posture, and then acts surprised when you get upset. Surprised Pikachu face. That's exactly what's happening right now between China and the Philippines, except the guns are American missile systems capable of traveling 1,000 miles or 1,600 kilometers, and the house is a billion-strong population of Zhongguo, China, the titan of Asia. China just issued one of its harshest warnings yet, telling the Philippines they're committing, quote, self-inflicted destruction by hosting US Typhoon missile systems. But here's what makes this explosive, like truly, before the missiles are actually fired. That would make it genuinely, literally explosive. But here's what makes it figuratively explosive. These aren't just any missile systems. Oh no. The Typhoon launchers can fire Tomahawk cruise missiles with a 1,600 kilometer range. That's putting the entire Chinese eastern seaboard, the entire Chinese eastern coastline in America's crosshairs. Animation budget's got me trying to sort out crosshairs. Okay, anyway. China's defense ministry used a chilling metaphor. Chinese, proverbs and metaphors are quite big in East Asia. Inviting wolves into the house will backfire, leading to self-destruction. They will destroy their own homes. I almost can guarantee you it sounds way cooler in Mandarin Chinese. But I'm still learning the language, so I won't try it now. This isn't diplomatic language, by the way. This is China issuing a stern warning to a US-aligned neighbor of China. The Philippines, I hopefully have a map somewhere. The Philippines says the weapons are purely defensive, but China sees them as America positioning chess pieces for a potential Taiwan conflict in the future. What started as a regional defense arrangement is now threatening to trigger an arms race in the region that could reshape the entire Pacific. The question isn't if tensions will escalate. Elsa, let it go. The question isn't if tensions will escalate, but how far China is willing to go to stop these missile deployments or any other supposedly defensive arrangements that America and their allies make. It's the same playbook when it comes to the Western Bloc and Western sort of offshoots. You have your right to defend yourself somewhere else. It's almost always a forward deployment and then defending the forward deployment, not defending the homeland. It's this same strategy used by Israel, who defends itself in Lebanon, defends itself in Syria, defends itself in Iran. Same situation here. If you look at a map of where Taiwan is, go to Google Maps, just type in Taiwan, zoom out. China is literally across the straits, right? The Taiwan Straits is Fujian province of China. And then across the entire Pacific Ocean, the biggest ocean in the world, is America. Why is America in Taiwan then? Anyway, in upcoming videos, we'll talk about East Asia and the move of US allied states in East Asia away from America, potentially. Nations, after all, watched how America dropped its European proxy. Ukraine said, I have nothing to do with that. What are you talking about? I didn't promise to defend them or support them. Basically, America served up Ukraine on a silver platter for the Russian bear to devour when it looked like America wasn't going to get much out of the deal anymore by continuously supporting Ukraine. And Japan, South Korea, the Philippines, Taiwan, right, all of these guys don't want to end up in that same dynamic with China replacing Russia and themselves replacing Ukraine. Because that was a very bad deal for the Ukrainians. If you watch my analysis pieces on Russia, Ukraine, you know what I think about Ukraine basically being used, abused, and dropped like it's hot when no longer needed. Absolutely devastating for the Ukrainian people, and geostrategically, Ukraine is in a very tough situation, especially when Western Europe is still supporting it in its futile war against its great regional power neighbor, the Russian Federation. That's another video though. Times are changing, and there's a lot more to cover on Taiwan, the United States, and China in the coming days, in the coming weeks, in the coming months, especially with the release of of my YouTube channel today. Hopefully, we're going to get some animation budgets going. We're going to transition from intercept up. We're going to transition from these kinds of animations to real animations, but only on YouTube. On TikTok, I think I very much want to stick with my low budget or zero budget animations. Neo style. I don't know what that was. Okay, for the unbiased news and analysis without the Western spin. It's Sunday, so I'm being a bit more relaxed about things. Thank you for your support. I'm Mahfuz, not Muffles. I'm Muffles. Why not? On Instagram, I'm Muffles Talukta at this point. So I'm Muffles, and I'll see you on the next one.